Hello to those seeking charm and meaning in life. In a serene mountain monastery, nestled among whispering pines and misty peaks, there lived a venerable Zen master known for his profound wisdom and compassionate heart. His disciples came from far and wide to seek his guidance on various matters, both mundane and profound. One day a troubled young monk approached the master with a heavy heart and a sense of deep shame. "Master," the young monk began, his voice quivering, "I have been struggling with an addiction that I cannot seem to overcome. It is a habit that I feel weak against, and it causes me great distress." The Zen master, with his usual calm demeanor, looked at the monk with understanding eyes. "Tell me more about this struggle," he said gently, inviting the monk to share his burden. The young monk hesitated, but then poured out his heart. "I find myself repeatedly falling into the trap of self-pleasure, and it distracts me from my meditation and my duties. I am consumed by guilt and shame, and I fear that I am failing in my path to enlightenment." The Zen master listened intently, nodding as the monk spoke. After a moment of reflection, he said, "Let us approach this issue as we would any other challenge. In Zen, we learn to observe our thoughts and desires with clarity and without judgment. This is not a matter of sin, but of understanding." The master led the monk to a tranquil garden, where a small pond reflected the sky's shifting hues. "Look at this pond," he instructed. "See how its surface is disturbed by every ripple? Each ripple represents a thought or desire. But notice how, after a moment, the pond returns to stillness. Our mind is similar." The young monk gazed at the pond, observing how the ripples eventually faded, leaving the water calm and clear. "I see," he said thoughtfully. "The ripples are temporary, and they pass." "Precisely," the master affirmed. "Desires and thoughts, like ripples, come and go. They are natural, but they do not define us. Our task is to acknowledge them without letting them disturb our inner peace." The Zen master then suggested a practice for the young monk. "When you feel the urge arise, observe it without reacting. Recognize it as a temporary ripple on the surface of your mind. Breathe deeply and let it pass as the ripples pass from the pond." The monk followed the master's advice and began to practice mindfulness. Each time he felt the urge, he would pause, observe his thoughts, and return to his breath. Gradually, he noticed that the urges lost their power over him. They became less frequent and less intense, and he felt a growing sense of control and tranquility. Days turned into weeks, and the monk continued his practice with dedication. He found that by focusing on the present moment and acknowledging his desires without judgment, he was able to regain balance and inner peace. The shame and guilt that had once clouded his mind began to dissipate, replaced by a deeper understanding of himself. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, the young monk approached the Zen master once more. His eyes were clear, and his demeanor was serene. "Master, I am grateful for your guidance. I have learned that my struggles are not a mark of failure, but an opportunity for growth in self-awareness." The Zen master smiled warmly, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "You have learned well. Remember that the path of enlightenment is not about eradicating desires, but understanding and transforming them. By observing your thoughts and remaining present, you have embraced the essence of Zen." The monk bowed deeply, feeling a profound sense of gratitude and peace. As he walked back to his quarters, he carried with him a renewed sense of purpose and clarity, knowing that he had the tools to navigate the ripples of his mind and find stillness within. And so the young monk continued his journey, ever mindful of the lessons he had learned. Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching the video. Share your thoughts and comment, subscribe the channel, and like the video.